Major League Soccer club in North Carolina. So we're incredibly proud of both boys, as I'm sure you all are as well. But one of the things that was clear is we've always had a handful of boys that have come from Kenya, and they've all been very, very unique, and they've all been very, very impactful. But the two boys, Kelvin and Philip, they adapted it straight away to our curriculum, to our environment, which usually when you come from the continent, when you come from Africa, whether it's West Africa, whether it's South Africa, East Africa, there's always a transition, there's always an adaptation. But those two boys in particular, I remember it vividly, there was no adaptation. It was seamless, their transition. And I was trying to figure out why it was so easy for them in the classroom, on the field, socially, emotionally, being away from their home environment, being away from their families. But again, they made their transition almost effortlessly. And that was one thing that stood with me, and I couldn't really figure out why that was. Then recently I transitioned into the director role this past year, and was able to basically get in contact with some people that had the relationship with St. Anthony's, and at the time, obviously the school was doing quite well in the schools competition. So I was able to kind of watch from afar and see how electric this team was, but at the same time you could see how these young men behaved and how they went about representing their school. And the brief time that I've been here, it's clear you have a passion for education. A genuine passion for education. And that is extremely rare, right? Extremely rare. And for me, what I would say is don't ever lose that. All right? When you leave these, you guys are in Form 4, so your time here is coming to an end. But don't ever lose that passion. Don't ever lose that passion to grow. Don't ever lose that passion to learn. All right? Because you'll continue to make an impact wherever you go. All right? And I was speaking with some boys not too long ago, and I was trying to stress and emphasize the importance of education in relation to those that want to pursue professional football. And I'm like, look, yes, you can have the talent to play professional football, but it's a bit of a risk. It's a bit of a gamble. Because if you invest yourself in professional football, you don't have a lot of control over that investment or the return you get in the investment. But when you invest in your education, you invest in yourself. And you have much more control over that investment and that return that you get from it. Because it will always give to you, no matter what. All right? Football will come and go. All right? But your education will remain with you forever. And it's clear at this school on these grounds, you have a tremendous curriculum. You have tremendous faculty. You have tremendous administrators that are invested in you. All right, so please, please, please don't take that for granted and be incredibly grateful, which I'm sure you are. But again, thank you very much for this welcome. This is amazing. This is fantastic. I'm honored to be here at St. Anthony's School because, again, I've heard so much about it, and I've enjoyed the interaction I've had from the boys that have come from this school, and it's now making much more sense. You know, now that I'm here and I witness you and I see and I look you guys in the eyes, it's making much more sense as to why. So again, thank you very, very much for your welcome, and I wish all of you continued success.